Welcome back to Cosmic Company, and then I'm going to show you some um, application on the MakerBot slicer. We're going to show you some comparison of how you we'll show you comparison like how it actually works on this one. I noticed that on the Sketch Large, it's a little bit difficult, and I'm going to show you one with the Sketch, MakerBot Sketch, which is not that bad. I do like that one too as well. So from the previous video, I did review the resin printers. I think I'm gonna minimize this guy. I can transfer to the MakerBot. But on the previous video, I did discuss about the large and the sketch of the comparison, and also I got some feedbacks on the sketch large. Apparently, it wasn't functioning as it should have been, which I didn't actually look over the large itself because I was busy at the time with another area. So I did look into it, and it's a bit odd on the MakerBot Cloudprint. MakerBot Cloudprint, I hope you find this video on my side that you guys need to fix the software itself. I don't like it, and it was like a nightmare trying to see if I can minimize the materials without wasting materials. The MakerBot Sketch, I like it. I love it. So I'm gonna show you that one. I'm gonna do a comparison. So I'm gonna open up the MakerBot print to show you that one. I already downloaded a file onto there to just do a test print. That's it. And I'm gonna mess around with it to see how I can actually make it functional. I'm gonna go back to this right here. So on this right here at the bottom, if you have the original MakerBot print on the software, if you download it, that's great. If you don't worry, look at the videos on the previous ones, and now you can actually download from there. Okay, now on here, I managed to actually put the MakerBot Sketch onto this one right here with Cloud, and I do like it too as well. That was fantastic. I went on here trying to type in the Sketch, and that way it'll transfer to the Sketch onto here. You have to do some calibration onto the settings onto it too as well. Make sure you have the correct Wi-Fi, but also make sure you have the correct internet connection, which is the internet bar number. This is okay, so it's right. It's on this printer. It's okay. Now, once you click onto here, it'll transfer everything else onto here. Now, on the settings for the MakerBot Sketch, everything else was fantastic. I do love it. It was printing very well from the other videos that I made, which has that one caliper. It did fantastic on the fine details. It did fantastic on the parts. I'm going to show you guys this one right now because of this right here. So I'm going to put my item onto here. This guy. Put it on there. Hopefully it's on the correct color filament. That's good. This is what it looks like on the filament. I do like it. I'm just going to do as a prototype. This is a test one to see how it looks like. I hope I can change this one later on in the future. Hopefully it does have the right functioning. And also with the hollow point at the bottom, which says yellow. Now, I hope it says something right orientation. Yeah, just in case. Now, this one, I do like this one because I want to go to settings. Graphs, it should have none on this one right here. And then balance, no, it's okay, it's done. MakerBot Sketch PLA. Base layers. I thought this one has the actually support type. No, there's no support. Where is it? Material, info density, thickness. Thickness I want to change about 1.2 maybe. Let's go from there. 222, I want to change it to 225. I like that one's a little more hot. Or actually, I'm gonna go 222. Enter that one. Base layer. I thought you guys have the rims or the brims onto it. I don't get that. I'll probably go check out the settings right now. Thickness of the roof. I want to change it to 1 millimeters. And then layer height. It's okay. Support time's okay. Speed. I do love the speed. It's okay. It was all right. I think I'm gonna leave it as 80. It's okay for me. I know it's gonna be slower, but it did fantastic with the layer adhesive, and also it did bond very well. I'm gonna go to custom settings because I know they have it on brims. I noticed that. Let's see, layer high, infill density, number of shells. It's okay. Printer. Let's see, just speed. Extruder itself. It's okay. Roofs, shells, floors. That's weird. Interesting. I thought they have the brims. I like that one. What happened? No, not rafts. Come on. Internal brims, that's okay. Internal brims. If you guys have brims, please add in the skirts or the brims on the side of it. Come on, man. Actually, you can actually import from the settings itself, but I don't know about that one. Huh, that's weird. Last time I printed, it has the brims on there, because that way you don't have to worry about it like going on here. So, but again, I do like it because of this right here. So this one right here, the base layer is all right. Hopefully it does print this one right here with the filament itself. I'm gonna do like the preparation now. Because usually I do like this one with the sketch. It was fantastic. I like it with this printer as well. It generates the exact G code or how it actually follows itself. So if I go down here, it actually does what it's supposed to be doing. So like this right here, and actually infill from the bottom. It infills from the edges. So I do love that one rather just go from the inside where it actually prints itself. Now, compared to the other one, which I really don't like. Now, I'm gonna print this guy out right now. It's already been idle. Hope I can just print it out just in case if anything else does happen. Oh yeah, how long will it take? It's gonna take about 3 hours, so it's okay. I can print it. Print it. So it's under yellow color. That's okay. Filaments is like about 41 grams. I'm okay on the filaments. We're good. Ready. Now that with the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi itself, I'll discuss that later on afterwards. Now, for the other one, this one, you need a account to create this one. So if you do have a MakerBot account, which is okay, that's great. But if you don't, make sure you create your account on here. You got to go from here to use Cloudprint, and then it'll transfer to this right here to actually make your own account. If you don't have a MakerBot account, don't just sign up, log into there. I'm not sure how theirs works, but again, just follow the instructions so that way you can begin your creating your account. Right now, I'm already on the MakerBot brand, so I can actually sign in. Actually, I begin from my journey from there. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. So I do love this right here. I love it. I love this where it goes to the IoT system to actually use the cloud base. And I do love this one where you actually get more control onto the printer itself. So you have the MakerBot Sketch, which is the SM1. Then you have the MakerBot Sketch Large, which is why I do have a different table, but there's no internet connection. And we have the Replicator Plus 1, which I do like that one too as well. It actually connects with the Replicator Plus, so that's great. And I'm just going to select this guy right here. Actually, sorry, set to go. So everything is already empty. So select this icon. It'll go into this one. It'll queue itself. So this is the ones you'll be using right now. I can go back over here to go to my workspace printer. And if I want to check out my details, click onto there. And you know where it's going to be printing. Right now I got my print history. And this is where it comes up. And it has a lot of cancel because of some issues that I have. There were some 2 success. That was great. But again, you notice that this one was like, you see my issues right here with the printing history. But I'm going to show you why. This is where you get to the next one, which is the print preparation. And now we're at the print preparation. So this one looks familiar. It's the same thing as the MakerBot Sketch area right here. So this is what it looks like here. Same thing, but it converted onto online itself. I can go up here on top, on this guy, Replicator 1. Click this one, bring this icon down. And I'm going to click this guy only right here. The MakerBot Large, click it. And it'll automatically transfer everything else onto here. So everything else is already set to go on here. That's great. It has the size. It has the height. That's great. PLA, it's already transferred your stuff to as well. Tough, which is very interesting. I'm going to try that later on in the future. Not that bad. But I think that's just like PLA tough. I think that's just like another one PLA system. Now, this one will be the same thing as well. You can actually click over here. And you can actually export your, actually not this one. You can import your materials right here. Import your file onto this guy right here. So you just click onto there, look for your file, and that's it. Find your part. But another one you can do is just like click this icon, click this STL file that you created, drag onto here. Same thing with the other MakerBot. You can click over here and it'll say copy, drag onto there, and it'll automatically put on there. Now this is where it gets very frustrated and very irritating because usually on this right here on the MakerBot, it can follow the inside there on layer 1, which is the exterior of the layer. I like this one right here where it actually extruded that part, and at that it'll continue on from the inside. Oh, I think my yellow with the O is like not printed. I hope it prints. No, it's on layer 4, so hopefully it does okay. But again, this one right here, this is the reason why I don't like it. So, click on settings. Same thing in everything else is okay. Layer height is alright. Infill density is 15. Number of shells is alright. Breakaway, none. I have nothing else. Raft, I want to say none, but here's the issues that I have with this right here. My settings down here, printer, travel speed, I want to change it to about same thing as this side, 80. And then platform temperature, it's okay. I love the platform, that was great. Extruder, 210, I want to do about 222, same thing. Retraction is okay, I'm not worried about that one. Roofs, let's go make about 0.6 then. That's the roof, 0.8 millimeter. Shells is okay too. I'm not worried about that. Infills, floors, support bridges. This is the one that's okay to like supports, but this one has breakaway. Base layer. On the MakerBot Sketch Large, I don't get that too well of MakerBot Sketch. I noticed that it did have a rim because that way it doesn't have the issues right away. But this one, it doesn't have rim too as well, which I'm okay with it. At least it doesn't waste materials. But when I try to do a preview of it, this is where it gets ridiculous on the items. And also too, I'm going to put my input on the arrays. I like the printer on this side where it actually does a lot of arrays on one side where you can actually add multiple items in there. And now you have a free range of areas. Like for example, this right here, I'm going to exit out right there. So this one I can actually add like multiple items on this side. And I have no issues with that one too as well. So click this one, right click it, duplicate it, one, create. Oops, new build plate, it's okay. I got to put this guy over here. Move to build plate from this side right here. So this guy I don't have issues. Whoops, a little more, but again, you get the idea on my side where I can actually rearrange it on this side as close as possible. I can just eyeball it on this one right here. Just pretend this is like an eyeball. And I can just print these two on here with no issues. That's okay. That's great with me. But with this guy, let's go down all the way to the base of it. It should look like this to actually print from the outside of the brims. But when you go to layer 1, it prints only this array. And it was frustrating. That's what happened in my other previous history where it actually failed multiple times with no support. And it doesn't actually print out the outside of the exterior, the brims. And it got me really frustrated. It got me really angry about it. I tried to look at the settings on this one and it was like frustrating to the point like, why are they doing that? And on the videos I put the painter's tape and hot glue sticks to one Elmer's sticks. But it didn't do nothing. I even changed the layer height too as well. Changed the bed height. Same thing. It would never stick onto there. Like this one right here on the MakerBot itself on the sketch. Let me transfer to my pictures on that one. I'm going to delete this guy. And this one, I do like how it looks like on there. And it prints fantastic on the slow speed. It was printing on a build plate very well. I love it. And it actually follows the outline from the outside. Hopefully you can see that. And it prints down very well. From the MakerBot Large on this online software, it doesn't even do that. It prints this guy only, but doesn't print out the outline of itself. And even I tried printing at the slow speed, it still would not bond very well with the tape and the sticks. Because of the layer height, I did see that one. It wasn't even bonding that very close to print out the part. But if I change this guy onto the so-called raft, which got me frustrated, it does okay with the preview. It prints out the raft and it prints out very well onto the base plate. Or it'll print onto the bed itself. Or the raft will print onto the bed and the part prints onto the raft. It did fantastic. It's okay. But if you keep doing this multiple times with the array, you're wasting a lot of filament, and you're just wasting the plastic material too as well, which got me really, really frustrated because you want your clients to be happy with it. You want to print it out with just no issues at all, and that way you can actually print out very well. Even with the raft itself, look at it, it's okay, and I thought it'll print this guy right here. But again, I'm still frustrated about the weight and how much it actually used up, and that's not good. I don't like it. I really don't understand why they changed it to this platform right here. And on top of this is where it gets me frustrated. Where if I put this guy in here, and okay, so this is where it gets to the point right here where you have these arrays. Because I want to print this guy a little closely. If I want to print 3 of them on here, which I do like it, but it would not allow me to actually print one another. I think it was another video where it shows the caliper that it didn't actually want to arrange itself to do 3 prints. I want to do 3 prints onto the print bed, but it wouldn't allow me because there's a so-called eye view onto it, the automatic system. It tells us like, oh, you can't do it this way. I want to do it this way right here, or the other way around to actually have it arranged. It doesn't even do that. Come on. I think that's because of the orientation of the other part. It didn't actually do what it's supposed to be doing. But again, you get the idea of what I'm talking about, and it was really frustrating right now. So this one right here, it was like a big issue for my side where it keeps failing every single now and then. So this I'm gonna put this on the complaint on the. I hope MakerBot does see this one. Make sure you put a brim on there because you have brim on the printer and or onto the settings, and I don't get why you don't have that as a oh my goodness, this is getting me frustrated right now. Because you have brims on this settings right here, and I don't get why you don't have brims on the base layer. That's the thing. Because if you have brims, that'll be very helpful, and that'll be greatly help me out with this printing process. But if you don't have that brims, I don't get that. Why you add that one on there? Doesn't make sense. Or a skirt, put a skirt on there, because that way it won't waste that material, and also it won't have these printing issues right away. I don't get that too as well. And on top of the two, with the other different models onto it, it doesn't really print very well because it'll interfere with another part, and I don't get that one because of the caliper. It didn't actually make the array of the 3D prints. I had to print them out in individuals, and those are the ones I really got frustrated because it wasted a lot of materials on the rafts. So I'm gonna do some more research, which I found out that you can actually do it differently because again, I want to do a different area. But I want to research more of this build plate to see what's the X, Y, and Z to know where I'm going to print onto that printer itself. Because again, I want the brims, everything else on the settings to be controlled, rather than just have this AI to actually tell me like, oh, you can do it this way, but it can't. It can't because it's just got me frustrated to the point. Now, on top of the two, now I wasted a lot of filament because it went to 60 grams itself. So that was my input on my side that really got me frustrated. So kind of be careful on your side. But I will do another one next time. Hopefully you guys do like a test print like this, just for now, just to see if you got the use of it. Now, to print, you go over here, you got to type print, it'll automatically print right here. If you have an assembly line that if you want to print later on, click on this line. You got to do it as Q, which is weight. You can export it onto MakerBot file. And you can actually export these ones outside the file, which is USB transfer. But I'm going to transfer it right here, which is the export MakerBot. And that will export it into this MakerBot Large, so give it time to let it load. Your loading icon will be on the top right here with this little red one. And it's going to take a while to do everything else, which is the RAF, the material, the time, everything else. Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh, I think I was supposed to queue it. Sorry about that. Queue that one. I was supposed to queue it onto the printer. Sorry about that. Anyways, that was my fault. There you go. So now it'll queue onto this MakerBot Large. So make sure you go to queue, the first one right here, not the export. Sorry about that. Okay, so export was exporting onto the USB drive. I got confused. Okay, now once you go into queue, it'll go onto there. and it's gonna go on to MakerBot Large. It's gonna take a while too as well because it's like a Wi-Fi system, so we gotta take our time in. Still slicing because it's gonna take a while too as well. So, and hopefully it'll transfer everything else on that side. But again, yeah, I got frustrated about this print because it really didn't do very good job onto it. Because there is another way you can put another slicer onto this MakerBot. I just found out. But again, I think they're not gonna be happy about it because they're not gonna use this slicer. But again, if they fix these issues, resolve these issues right away, I hope they do understand that because of my frustration about it, of how that one software really does its own thing about this layering. Come on. Well, while it's idling itself, I'm gonna click over here to the make, or we're gonna go over here to the left side of the workspace management. Click that one, and everything else should be slicing itself. So right now it's still slicing, which is weird. I don't get that. Please wait until procedure is completed. Okay. Um. Come on. It shouldn't take that long to slice. I don't get that. That one did it very well with the extruded one or exported one. I don't get why it's not doing the one with the other way around. Oh, it did fantastic. Really? I'm gonna cancel. Hold on. That's weird. I don't get that one. Let's do that one. There. That's so weird. Okay, that's weird. Okay, once it's ready, I'm gonna click this guy right here, and it's gonna give us information on this guy on the time. That's take about 4 hours. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but again, I think because of the there was a material. This one settings wrap. Okay, fine. Materials. Okay, note. Okay, I'm gonna start printing. Start, and this will automatically transfer this one on the files into the cloud system. So if your large is connected to the internet, you should be connected onto this printing area. So you're good to go right now. It should be connected right away. So let's go over there to check it out. Okay, so we're back over here, and right now everything is already transferring right now. So you got your file ready to go. It's heating up the nozzle really fast, rapidly, which I do like about that one. And it's heating up the build plate. That's great news too as well. And right now it's setting up everything else onto there with the build plate and the nozzle itself. But again, I'm going to show you why oh my goodness, I'm still a bit like, so right now it's about 33 Celsius, 14%. It should be heating up right now. That's weird. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop for now to see what's. Hopefully, it does transfer right away. It's still at 33 Celsius. So, be right back.